Hello and welcome to the Art of Yoga Project's YouTube channel. My name is Holly Saita. Today we'll be exploring a practice helping us with shape breathing. Shape breathing is a good breath and tool to go back to when we need to use our breath to either gain energy or relax our energy or maybe feel more balanced. And we'll focus on different ways we can move and breathe to help support that in our bodies. So have you ever heard the saying, keep your emotions in motion? One way to do that in yoga is helpful as a tool to regulate our emotions, is that it keeps us moving and changing our physical shape so that we don't feel bogged down. So thinking about that, how we can move in different shapes, different breaths. As we begin, we'll start standing. A little warm up, finding our feet beneath us, maybe on a mat if you have a mat or a carpet or somewhere padded that will be comfortable to practice. Maybe you have a pillow or a bolster, a blanket, or a block. These are all optional items for class that we may be using today. Wherever you're at, we'll start standing on our left foot and bring our right foot back to just roll out the ankle. Rolling out the right ankle in circles. You can invite big, wide movements with the ankle and the knee and the hip. And then go the other direction with the circles. And then place the right foot down. Bring the left foot back. This requires a little bit of balance, so maybe you pause and gaze at something that's not moving. We'll roll out now left toes, left ankle, left knee, one direction. Don't be afraid to really get into these movements. The feet are important. We walk around on them all day long. About 33% of our bones exist there. Now go the other direction. So feel free to explore. Maybe you crack a couple toes. So that way we create nice and comfortable stance, and we'll now go ahead and bring our hands to our hips and do circles with the hips. Maybe inhale forward and then exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Kind of bringing it around town here. And then go the other direction. And maybe now moving up and just knowing that we all move in different shapes, right? We're all different shapes and sizes. So these movements may look different for everyone. Feeling free to explore and move on your own in your own bodies. Bring the hands to the shoulders and we'll create kind of like a figure 8 movement side to side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Maybe bring up one elbow and then exhale down that elbow. Kind of like we're creating big figure 8 shape in the front with the elbows. Now bring the arms out wide, the legs out wide. Create a star. Can we inhale and then exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, reach into the stars. Exhale, bend the knees, bring the energy back in, bend the elbows. Inhale into a star. And exhale. Nice, elbows in, beautiful. Heel toe the feet back together. We'll go ahead and let the head talk over to the right. And then down. And then over. And then up. And then maybe we exhale in one direction with the head. Inhale up and the other direction, moving, clearing any space in our necks as wide as you'd like or as small as you'd like. Coming back up with the head. Let's feel nice and strong. Reach the shoulders up and back. Doing joint rollouts can help just to wake up the whole body in the morning or whenever you wake up or whenever you stand up. Taking a moment to just stretch out everything. Let's do the wrists now. But this time bring the elbows together. Interlace our fingers. And then roll the wrists. Maybe this starts by just rolling the base of the wrist together and then clasping the fingers together. And then going the other direction may require some thought, breathing with your movements maybe, imagining your breath were a shape. And then exhale, let your palms come down. We'll take a moment to note that maybe you're not alone, and if you're with others and you'd like to share at this time, a little check-in question. And it's always good to just check in with yourself, even if you're alone, taking that time to share your name, your feeling, and if you were a shape, what shape would you be? I'll share and I'll say today I'm feeling like in this moment a star. Big, expansive, and wide. So what shape are you? And note that we will move through several shapes throughout class. And we'll take our time to begin by lying down on our backs. And notice the shape of the mat beneath you, or whatever shape that you're feeling. You just lie down on the floor and feel your back create that shape. What would that shape be? You could outline it onto the floor beneath you. Inhale, let's open the palms. And then exhale, close your palms. We're going to use our fingers for class. Inhale, open the palms. Exhale, close your palms. We'll try to stretch out our fingers and open nice and wide as we inhale. And exhale, grasp the palms in. Now we'll pause and go ahead and reach your feet now towards your butt. And we'll create a shape reaching the legs and the arms up, kind of like a half of a rectangle almost, creating 90-degree angles in the hips and the elbow and the shoulders, keeping the elbows straight. Maybe inhale, and then exhale twice as long. Inhale, and exhale nice and long, as if we were drawing a rectangle. Inhaling up the short side and then exhaling down the long side. Maybe inhaling shoulders to hips, exhaling, draw the line up. We can do this in our mind's eye. And then exhale, bring the feet down, bring the palms down. We'll go ahead and rock ourselves up to a seat when we're ready, taking a few rocks of the brown spine. Finding ourselves in a comfortable seated position. If you would like to sit on a blanket to prop your hips up, do so now. A block will work as well, so will a bolster. So inhale, let's bring the palms together. Inhale, open up our fingers. And then exhale, bring the fingers together and close the palms. Press the palms together. Inhale, press the fingers together, expand. And then exhale, close off. We're going to do this a little bit more larger movements. Inhale, exaggerating your chest forward. And then exhale, bring your arms, give yourself a big hug. Inhale, rise open. And then exhale, close off. Kind of like a photosynthesis feeling, right? We inhale and receive energy. We open up for the sun. But then we need to exhale, we need to close off sometimes at night, to restore. Inhale, crossing opposite arm on top as we move. Each time, exhale. So our body experiences different things on the inhale than it does on the exhale. Right? When we're inhaling, we're collecting energy. And then when we're exhaling, we can settle that energy. We can tap into different sides of us. We can control it. Relax the palms down. When you're ready by your side, let's reach up. Left arm as we exhale over to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, right arm up. Side bend over to the left. Creating kind of a half circle. Let's do this a couple times. Inhale, right arm down. Left arm up. Exhale, see if we can move with the breath. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Taking our time to reach the palms up. Let's twist over to the right. Pause in a seated twist. Lengthening the spine nice and tall. Exhale, twisting a little deeper. Inhale, reach the arms up. Maybe switch what leg is in front. So we've been sitting like this for a while, just to do things a little differently. Exhale, twist the other way. Nice tall spines, left hand is a kickstand. Breathe in through length of your shape. Exhale, maybe twist your shape a little more. Inhale, rise the arms up. And exhale, relax ourselves forward into a child's pose. Removing blankets or blocks. And relaxing the forehead down for a moment. Maybe going back to that shape that you were feeling most connected to right now. Breathing, imagining that shape expanding as you inhale. And as you exhale, imagine the shape closing off, decompressing. Let's go for our downward facing dog. Tuck the toes back behind you. Reach your palms forward. Lengthen your spines. And maybe straighten your legs behind you. Shake your head out. Yes, no, maybe so. Shake your tails. Play around for a moment, forgetting about creating a specific shape, just kind of letting yourself flow into whatever shape is coming. And then let's straighten it up into a plank. So finding those more rigid angles here, angles in the wrist and the shoulders, and a plank is nice and straight. So keep your head and your hips and your legs aligned. Inhale, nice and deep, maybe all the way from the back of the heels to the tip of the head. Inhale that long, and then exhale all the way down. Let's press the hands into the mat, lift the hips up. Create a nice curve as we inhale, curve with the spine, upward dog. And then exhale, angle the hips back, downward facing dog. Can we move in and out of these shapes with the breath? Inhale, move forward. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, curve up. Exhale, bend, angle back. Beautiful. Maybe do once more on your own. Inhale, nice and rigid, long inhale, collects the energy. Exhale, descends ourselves back down. Inhale, curve your chest up. Exhale, angle hips back, press your palms into the mat. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk your feet to meet your hands. Hang forward for a breath. And then create a nice angle with the hips now. Hands on the shins, looking forward. Flexing, strengthening the back of the legs. Create that shape, nice and right angle with the hips. And then exhale, just let it go. Round it out. And wave yourself back up all the way to a stance. Nice tall mountain posture. Exhale out to a star. Inhaling into our star position. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips and see if you can point your toes forward. And we'll hinge forward. And like a starfish, reach your hands forward. See if you can be like a starfish and kind of round out here, sucking onto the ocean floor. Step. Starfish. Round the back. Hands back to the hips. Guide yourself back up on the inhale. Bring yourself back up to a tall mountain. And exhale, sit down in an invisible chair. Your feet are about hip width distance. Create that shape of a chair. So tucking our tailbones, reaching the arms up. This may look like a thunderbolt as well. And you may bring the hands together. Reach up. Create that rigid shape, but find the smooth breath if you can. Inhale through the nose, exhale, maybe out of the mouth. And sit all the way down onto the butt. We'll go ahead and find a boat pose now. So leaning back on sit bone and tailbone. And we'll float here for a moment. Noting that boat pose should feel at ease if we're holding our shape. So your shapes here can be feet on the ground slightly leaning back, feet can float up, your chest is forward towards your knees and your hips are hinged. And if you can hold your shape like a boat does, you may float for a moment. Go back to that shape breath. What shape are you feeling? Inhale, expand that shape in your mind's eye, and then exhale, bring it back in. Close it off. Slowly bring yourself all the way down, straightening these edges until we're flat on our backs. For final Savasana, grabbing your eye pillow, if you have one, or resting a shirt or something over your face. We're going to do some breathing. And we're going to do some imagining as we breathe. So maybe closing the eyes or resting something over the face might help us dive deeper into our sense of imagination. If you would like to use your finger to draw these things on the sky with your finger or on your belly, you can do so, or you can just draw it in your mind. If you have a pencil and paper and want to do this on actual pencil and on paper, feel free to do that as well. So we're going to first experiment with a breath with the shape of a circle. So starting at the top of your circle, imagine tracing, inhaling all the way, and then exhaling all the way around. Inhale all the way around, and then exhale all the way around. This may be a balanced breath for you, even inhales and exhales. It can help balance your thoughts, balance your energy. Maybe if you're feeling like you want to collect some energy, we will do a figure 8. So now beginning in the middle of your figure 8, or infinity sign, beginning in the middle of that, and then inhale all the way around the shape of an 8 or an infinity sign, and then exhale briefly in the center. Inhale all the way around, and then exhale briefly in the center. So extending your inhales to be twice as long, if not 3 times as long as your exhale can help collect energy. It can help boost heart rate. It can help increase circulation of the blood. Now we'll do, last but not least, a rectangle. A rectangle breath is going to elongate our exhales. So our exhales will be twice as long as our inhales. So starting at the bottom left corner of your rectangle, drawing wherever you're at in your mind's eye, tracing with your finger. We're doing this on paper. Inhale, rise up the short end, and then exhale, draw over the long end. Inhale, draw down the short end, and then exhale twice as long over down the bottom. Back to the start, up. Inhale, exhale over. Inhale down, exhale over. So taking one of these breaths and doing and experimenting of it in your mind's eye or wherever you're at, experimenting. And then let go of the shape. See if you can let go of the shape. And now just breathe naturally. Expanding into that natural shape that we began in. Or noticing maybe if your shape has evolved. What shape are you feeling now? What shape is your breath feeling? Sometimes when we illustrate things, it can help us better understand them. So illustrating the breath can help us better connect with the breath. Pull our knees up towards the sky, and let's go ahead and rock onto our sides. Resting head and arms or hands before assisting ourselves up to a seat. Sitting up tall, and taking time now to maybe check out with the ones surrounding you or with yourself. What shape would you feel now? Thank you so much for practicing with me here at the Art of Yoga Project. Again, my name is Holly. And wherever you're at, we can not be together physically, but we can always share the same breath still. So joining me with hands in a prayer or anywhere that resonates with you. Inhaling into your own unique shape. Noticing all the shapes coming together to create a beautiful picture. Exhale. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.